Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the lines, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in radio land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up
yours, okay? Hey, look, it's going to be another powerful conversation this Tuesday, May 19th. I'll say this, a lot of people been calling me. A lot of people been calling me and talking about the changes that's going on with the station. And, and I always tell everybody, the movement is already something that was already going on and it'll continue. And we've switched many different formats over the years, over the past 17 years. And so we just look forward to the next. I ain't never missed a beat. Let me give y'all some inside information. The community don't care what format I'm in. They just want to help. They just want to help. And we have enjoyed this format, this platform. We built it. We are pillars of it. We founded it. And as things transition into another operation, God bless, everybody moving forward. And God bless as we move forward, because we still got to do work. There's still work to do. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? There's still a lot of work to be done. And we ain't going to miss a beat. Okay? Understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm thankful for the community members that have chimed in. I'm thankful for the people that, have expressed their concerns, and rightfully so, because we have became a family over the last 5 years, Truth Nation. But as we move into the new ideas, we have to make sure that we are being active and not just sitting around waiting for somebody to come do something. And I never wanted a listening audience to be like that. I need advocates. I need frontliners. I need people that's willing to get their hands dirty, willing to roll up their sleeves. This is why when I was on the air, I specifically said I needed some active listening audiences, because we need to it's a lot of things to do, and it's about 52 fires out here. And a lot of people like the old way it used to be. They like just listening and then going on about their lives. And then, they'll complain or, but you don't want to be a bot your whole life. You don't want to be a bot. At some point, you got to activate. And sometimes when it's bad, you need everybody, all hands on deck, to get active and share the same idea. And the idea that I wanted to share was we all got to do a little. So ain't nobody got to do a lot. And if I got that point across in 5 years of being on the radio and being active and bringing in families and, winning awards without having a celebrity platform. We didn't bring in a lot of celebrities on my platform. I didn't want that. I wanted our people to be heard. I know that we can do the job. So that was largely my format. And we've won awards all across the board. Understand what I'm saying? But that's because I wanted to show that we, the people, can not give our energy to things that don't do nothing for us, or we don't get anything in return. We need to start giving our energy to things that we can get results from. And if we can start making that turn mentally, we won. If we can start depending on each other to get things done, we won. If one person who never thought about getting active or advocating for anybody or becoming a resource for anybody became a resource listening to the show, that we won. It's around that time where we got to start making sure that we're addressing our concerns, our needs, and seeing an outcome, a tangible result. That's it. It's simple. It's not rocket science. It's been an amazing, amazing opportunity. Now we move into the next space, a greater space, a bigger space, a better space, so we can continue to do the work. And that's all that's finna happen. So don't get worried. Don't feel like, oh man, like this is it. No, it's growth. It's like when your child starts going to high school, you see a difference. They start to enter into a new phase of their life. Then when they get done with high school, they start to go to college, which is another phase of their life. You don't when they leave high school and go to college, you don't be like, all right, I'll see you later. No, you say, okay, what's next? Then when they get done with school, they got to go to work. And so you live through all different phases of life. And this is just a different phase of life, growing into what's next on all sides for everybody involved. And y'all should treat it that way. We don't stop being family because we're moving into the next space in our lives. Matter of fact, the family gets stronger as the child grows older because the child should grow into being able to contribute to the family. And all we're doing is growing into where we can all contribute to the village. It's powerful. It's powerful, Truth Nation. And I can't wait. I can't wait because, you know what? If y'all only can understand what I see, the amazing things that I see, the beautiful outcomes that's ahead, you'll be excited too. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Ready to grow your business? Then connect with the City of Milwaukee at City Connect 2026, the city's third annual vendor fair sponsored by BMO Harris Bank. Join local businesses, community partners, and city leaders Thursday, May 28th at Milwaukee City Hall from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Learn how to compete for city contracts, navigate the bid process, explore small business certifications, and build valuable connections through workshops and networking opportunities. Visit milwaukee.gov/vendor fair for details.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem. But the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving, you're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Green light, red light, going in, stop, skirt. Milltown, I'ma hit it, then drop. Yeah, sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Yeah, sipping juice, sipping Pop-Tarts. Yeah, I'ma hit it then drop, huh? Milltown, I'ma never gon' stop. Go. Clap on, clap off, we don't never stop. Nah. Green light, go mode, take it to the top. Go. Milltown bounce, make the whole block rock. Boom. Hit it once, hit it twice, then it drop. Drop. Clap on, clap off, we don't never stop. Never fast lane living. I ain't never gon' flop from the mud. Now we up, can't stop. Yeah. Whole city watch when the beat gon' knock, knock. Chase them down, make them swerve in a pothole. I get it hot, keep it hot now. Turn the energy up, keep it hot now. Let's go. Make them hit a pothole, make them swerve more. Hit the corner quick.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Let me check the chat. I didn't get to the chat. Let me see who in the chat today. Not really a city girl says, good afternoon, everyone. Jeff is in the chat. He says, good afternoon. Lil Woody in the chat. He says, we live, bro, till the end and beyond. Zeta Shay, salute Zeta Shay in the chat. Barbara in the chat. Jasmine is in the chat. She says, hey, y'all. SE is in the chat as well. I see Jeff is in the chat. Josh also in the chat. He says, salute to Tory and Truth Nation. He says, I'm still grieving from the news the last week. I'm still in the denial stage. Hey, it's all right. You know what I mean? We gonna keep it moving. Movoda is in the chat. She said, can anyone explain why everyone is moving from the station? Everybody has to make a choice at every transition. So that's why, people have individual choices to make as far as what they want to do as they move on. White fella in the chat. Who else? That's it. Salute to everybody joining us in the chat. Also, Truth Nation, I wanted to say this. I wanted to get this out the way because yesterday, out of all of the things that was going on the show, we talked about all of the families that came through, all of the missing people, all of the homicides. We solved a couple of homicides too. Like families came in with issues with finding or wanting justice for homicides. We did a lot of great things in 5 years. But I got Andrew as a producer late. Like, the last 6 months, 7 months now?
Since October, yeah.
Since last October, you became my producer. Out of all the many producers that I had on the show, DJ Brother Z, Benjamin, salute to all of the producers that produced the Tory Lowe Show. Then they gave me this white guy named Andrew that came on. And I guess you weren't what show did you produce first?
I did Jamming with Juice.
You did Jamming with Juice.
Truth in the Morning, and now you.
Okay, so Jamming with Juice first, then it was Truth in the Morning, then it was the Tory Lowe Show since October.
Yes.
Well, I'll say this. The show was making so many great changes in lives that when Andrew got to producing the Tory Lowe Show, we came up with Put the Fork Down.
Yes, we did.
We came up with Put the Fork Down. And I'm going to tell you right now, Andrew lost 50 pounds. When did you start Put the Fork Down? When did you start it?
Remember, we started it in November.
You joined the show in October.
Started in November.
You and GP.
Yeah.
Salute to GP.
Blew him out of the water.
All of a sudden, so we had this controversy over the weigh-in. So we extended the Put the Fork Down. We even got shirts. For Put the Fork Down, Truth Nation.
I've worn mine out.
This is how serious it is. I wore mine too. When I go jogging, I wear it. But what I'm saying is, this is how serious it got. We already got our first client from Put the Fork Down, Andrew, 50 pounds. Andrew lost 50 pounds. Now look at if we watch this rebroadcast live, look at Andrew, the early Andrew. If y'all watch this, look at this. Look at his chubby cheeks. Look at that. And now, look at him. Look at him now. 50 pounds down. That's powerful. I think you're going to get a girl this summer.
We can only hope.
I think that you might catch this summer. I think you might get somebody, Andrew. I think you have leveled up. And he got a haircut now.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
Got a haircut looking smooth. I'm trying to tell you, this is why the Tory Lowe Show is so powerful. Andrew came in at, what did you was weighing, like?
262.
262. Lost 50 pounds since November. due to a simple just bet of weight loss on the show between you and GP. Actually, it started with the celebrity basketball game.
GP played so bad.
Yeah,
bro.
GP was supposed to be at the celebrity basketball game, and he didn't play too well. And then he said he was going to get in shape. Andrew joined him or forced him, or actually, I don't know how you probably taunted him so much that he wanted to get in the gym.
He was sweating butter, Tory.
He was sweating butter. And so that's how it started. The first weigh-in was one of the most bogus weigh-ins in radio history. Both actually gained weight.
No, I lost weight.
No.
He gained weight. And the problem was he kept ducking us. Remember, it was like, oh, we'll get on the scale tomorrow. We'll get on the scale tomorrow. I had to go to Walgreens, Tory, and buy a scale for us to do the weigh-in.
Right. Okay, so but what I'm saying, how do you gain weight in the weight loss challenge?
By now putting the fork down.
Yeah, that was the most bogus. I bet you if nobody would have, that weigh-in was trash. But then it got serious, and more money got added to the pot. You went down 50 pounds, and you had to struggle a little bit to get the funds.
Yeah, I had to fight tooth and nail to get the funds. Now, we got to give a shout out to Abdul. He did pay
A dude paid up.
He did pay up. GP?
Yeah, GP.
Where's my money?
Well, now he's not no longer here, so he probably need that to put on some bills. He might be trying to, make sure, he's staying afloat right now. Why you laughing? But look how powerful the show is. And I ain't never called you white boy Andrew.
No, you never did.
I never liked that.
I appreciate that.
I never liked that that's like black boy Tory. You know what I mean? Like, I would get offended if a white person called me black boy Tory. Black boy Troy. Because my grandma called me Troy. So, but what I'm saying is, no, I thought that was kind of, nah, we ain't gonna. I didn't like that. So we changed the whole identity, regroup, rethink, and reshaped. Now you got Andrew walking around. I think you're gonna catch. You might get married by the end of the summer.
Oh, come on,
You might
Tory.
be one of those people that if you catch somebody, then you might go all the way in with the commitment. Turn it red. You might be one of those people that once you get a taste of something, you might not want to let it go.
Got that right.
Yeah, so you might just be down by the end of summer, by what, August, September. Don't talk about you getting married. I don't want to hear it.
Could you imagine I start the show in October, and by the next October, I'm down 50 pounds, got a haircut, and I'm married?
Yeah.
The power of the Tory Lowe
The
show.
power. The complete change. What they say, a 180. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Josh says, I remember that GP was struggling to put the fork down. Sweat and butter is crazy. SC says sweat and butter is crazy. I'll say this. This is why everybody that came in contact with the Tory Lowe show, they have an outcome and a result that they can talk about from being on the show and dealing with the show. And I'm talking about just the power of Truth Nation has been amazing. And as we move forward, let's keep that same energy. I'll tell you this. It's for those that need to hear it, it's other things that's going to happen with me that y'all will be able to enjoy. It just may not be, it's just not going to be in this format. So understand that so we can move on into the next, whatever we do next, and it's going to be just as powerful with actually even more things that we have to do for the community. And I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, somebody asked, why is everybody, moving around? I don't think everybody's moving around. Some people choosing to move ahead with whatever the truth is going to be. And some people are taking this as a move to try to get on to what they need to do with their lives and their business and what they see that their future wants to be. And that's what you do in the transition. Every transition comes with those decisions. So you got to treat it like that. And you got to make sure that you're understanding and that this is a point where when you're in a transition, everybody has to make the decisions that's best for what they're trying to do. Understand what I'm saying? And then you move into that and everybody gets to have whatever they thought that their outcome or what they thought that they was going to have from their decision making. So we'll see. Only time. Give everything time. Only time will tell. But I know I got a lot of people came with conspiracy theories, calling me with rabbit hole theories on what took place. We telling you what happened. You know what I mean? It's a new operation. It happens in business all the time. You know what I mean? So at that point, you make a transition and you keep it moving and you wish everybody the best. And that's it. It's no big conspiracy. I would have told you. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't never said nothing on the air. You know, I always try to be transparent with Truth Nation. So it's not a big conspiracy. It's not nothing. It's just business. It's just the way things work. But also you get to make a decision to make sure that you do the things that you want to do as well. So everybody's happy. Whatever decision everybody's making right now, they're going to be happy with their decision either way. So let's just celebrate all of the people that we've been able to hear and enjoy and make sure that we're making decisions in the transition as a listener and audience. Y'all have to make y'all decisions if y'all gonna, follow people that don't stay and follow people that do stay. And you probably do both. You don't have to even pick one or the other. You can pick it all, just a click of a button and you can see what's going on. It's all digital. It's all, streaming. So it's gonna be wonderful for everybody. So thank you for everybody that was pitching their concerns. And I'll tell you this, when you get a call from Minnesota, my friend in Minnesota called me talking about, he heard what was going on. And I was like, wow, like we have reached so many people all across the country that people are concerned with what's going on. And you don't have to be concerned. Just only thing we have to do is what's the next steps. And then we'll engage and we'll keep it moving. Especially the Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. We got that pop culture report. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, Petey Pablo, Jaquan, and Milwaukee's very own Big Frank. It's Milwaukee's biggest throwback party of the summer, all for $29. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets now at tacosandtequilafestival.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Law Offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: skills-first hiring helps you see talent others miss. like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers haven't lost to the Cubs since October 9th of 2025 during Game 4 of the NLDS. Yesterday's game ended with the Brewers win 9-3 with a wild game from Yelich.
0-1, and Yelich a fly ball down the left field line, and it is going to be a fair ball. It lands and then kicks into foul territory. One run is in. Stopping at third is Contreras, and Yelich with a bloop double to add to the lead. It is 9-3 Milwaukee.
Lane Grindle on the second game against the Cubs begins at 6:40 tonight. The New York Times is out with its anonymous players poll, and one of the questions is, where will Giannis play next year? The Milwaukee Bucks sit at 46%, the Miami Heat sit at 23%, New York Knicks sit at 16%, and Los Angeles Lakers sit at 3%. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, I was gone, call my phone, baby, and I can see the future where you gon' take me. My 30 got a clip and it's elongated. I'm riding with the hood like I'm Tom Brady. I know I'm going crazy, I'm a mental patient. She give me love, now my mind elevated. I rise up from the dead on the Undertaker. They want the smoke, yeah, we ready, baby. Late nights, I was stuck in my thoughts, trying to fight all the battles I fought. Cold world, had to learn how to boss. Took some losses, now I'm counting the cost. I was down, now I'm back on my feet. Turn the pain into something elite. Every move, yeah, it come with a fee. Now they watch every step that I be. Watch.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew right here live at American Family Studio. Hey, look, Andrew, I'm seeing that there's some changes to Chat GPT. What's going on with this change? I guess it's financial planning going on.
Yeah, Tory, it's crazy. So I've always said that if you put all your information into ChatGPT, if something happens to that information, it's kind of on you. I don't know how comfortable you would be putting all your information into a chat bot, but how about your financial information? Because that's what people are doing here. They're taking all their financial information, running it into ChatGPT, and now the ChatGPT is going to give you your ideas on your 401k, your investments. What mortgage you should get.
I mean, maybe Chat, because you're not, how much it costs $20 a month for Chat GPT?
Yeah, just about that.
Okay, so that's financial advisor right there.
Yeah.
So Chat GPT is actually becoming a financial advisor for $20.
So, but the question then turns into, Tory, how comfortable do you feel with trusting the chat
with
bot?
Your bank account information?
With all of that information, right?
I'm not sure if I trust it that much.
I don't know
if that's what I want to do like that. I don't know if I want to. But if I ask ChatGPT some financial advice and I give them some details, I would do that.
So this is the.
But I'm not giving no codes and no passcodes or nothing. I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah, but a lot of people are, which is the craziest part.
But
of
are
this
they coming out on the flip side? What's going on the flip side? Have we got a positive outcome? What are the pros and cons?
I think the sample size is too small right now, but then we also talk about the job loss from this, right? We've always said ChatGPT will not take somebody's job. It'll just make their job easier to do, a little bit more, streamlined. If I'm an accountant, I'm sweating underneath the collar right now.
Well,
right?
the accountants is stealing money from the people. All right. Let's be honest here. It's some good accountants out here. But how many football players and basketball players and people have came forward, Fat Joe and all those other people that came forward and said the accountant was so shady that they were ciphering the money And by the time they find out, they was millions in the hole. So let's not say that it's like, it ain't no issue with human accounting.
I'll tell you, if ChatGPT starts skimming money off the top, you got to go back to
Yeah,
school.
but where's the money going to go? You can at least trace it. Hold on, let me tell you something. If ChatGPT skims some money from you, it's going to be a digital footprint. When a human still scams some money from you, you may not see the footprint.
Maybe ChatGPT wants like a new computer screen, Tory. Maybe they want like a better, better monitor screen, those type of things.
Okay, but you're going to see that they placed the order. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that I trust it, but I'm not saying that I trust regular accountants either. That's why a lot of people say you got to have an accountant to watch the accountant You got to, so no, I'm not going to say that it's not a bad idea. I'm not going to say it's a bad idea. I'm just cautious. And anything with money, whether it's ChatGPT or anybody with money, you just got to be cautious regardless. Young Money says, I'm going to connect my accounts to ChatGPT. Need to tell me to stop so much money on BS. I don't know. I'll say this. If you had, you can do an experiment account. Let's say you set up an experiment bank account and hook like $100 in it and see what ChatGPT do with that. Now, if I look up and it's $1,000, if I put in $100 and all of a sudden the ChatGPT that multiplied the money in a couple months, I'm gonna throw a little bit more in there. But
nah, you can't. I don't like the idea of ChatGPT knowing my money.
I'm talking about. Don't give them your real account. How many accounts you got? One?
Like 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give them the one that's the broke one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a broke one.
Okay,
yeah.
you got the broke one.
Yeah,
I know you got the broke one.
Everybody got a broke one. I feel like, right? I feel like
you don't keep nothing in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give ChatGPT that one and stick $100 in it. And see what happens.
That's crazy. Now, you trust? Nah, you trust?
No, I'm not. I ain't even using the account anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Don't give them the one where you pay your bills and financial stuff.
That's still a bank account though. Like you can still track your stuff.
Okay, well then you can sue them if it go wrong. You might have a lawsuit. I'm just saying it's all digital, right?
I guess.
I'm just trying.
That's
I'm just trying to say test it out. Don't go all in.
Yeah, it's dangerous. That's dangerous. Hey, I'm back though. Sorry, I'm late. Look, I got something to bring to you real quick. You know you like the Kardashians, right?
Yeah, I like the Kardashians.
Well,
but I don't like them as far as like the way people think I like them.
Right. Well, okay. Yeah.
I like them because they exposing the system and we get to watch it.
Well, one of them just got caught by the system.
What?
Kim Kardashian. Well, not her specifically, but authorities found around $9 million worth of cocaine hidden in Kim Kardashian brand underwear shipment yesterday. So she just got
$9 million worth of cocaine.
I don't know. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cocaine.
That's a lot of bricks.
That's a lot of bricks. That's like shipments.
Well, now,
like
okay, so
shipment.
Is it attached to the Kardashians or did somebody become a delivery driver for the brand?
It's in her brand underwear. It's like in like
it's in the underwear.
Not in the underwear, but like in the stocks with it. Like it's
packed up.
It's bricks packed with the underwear.
So the underwear on top, bricks at the bottom.
Pretty much.
No wonder they said it was worth over $1 billion.
No wonder they still
rich. They said the brand was over $1 billion.
Yeah, no wonder they still rich. That's ridiculous.
But who is supposed to be picking up the cocaine?
Yes, you asking the right questions. Because I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out too. Because who I don't know. Because, man, Kanye probably feeling himself right now. Talking about, yeah, I'm right. This family's messed up. Cocaine through $9 million. Do we have like a calculation? We need like a calculation of how much that is, how many bricks that is. Because I don't know. ChatGPT can tell you that.
All right. So, all right, I'll say this. Dude, okay, because I heard that Chase Bank, it was a boat that brought, one of the ports that was owned by Chase Bank that had cocaine in it too.
Okay.
So if they putting it in the box with the underwear, that's different. Now, if they loading it on the truck and got the boxes of underwear in the front, the bricks in the back, that could be two separate concepts. But in order to put the underwear in the box, you got to be working at the factory.
So you think somebody at the factory is just putting $9 million worth of cocaine?
I'm talking about maybe they was
That got to be an inside job.
Maybe this was first. Yeah, it sounded like an inside job.
This ain't no one-person job.
No, this sound like
hundreds
this
of
came
people.
out the factory.
It's hundreds of people working on
Right.
this.
So was this something that was continuing? They just got caught with this one load.
She got a cocaine factory.
Okay, so how many shipments
That's a lot of
have
shipments.
they shipped?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it seemed like they just got caught on this one.
You think it's more?
We only know about this one truck, right?
It might not. It might be more than one truck. then,
Okay, so
I
what
feel
I'm
like.
saying is this is one truck that's at $9 million, right?
Yeah. It's a shipment.
This the one shipment that we caught. How long this brand been out here?
That brand's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
what's-
been moving
Hey.
for like a decade now.
Okay.
Oh man. No wonder they stay rich.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we got think about it. They some of the richest, people on the planet, some of the richest females on the planet. And consistently rich. Like I know they got they own brands. Like we talking about her brand right now. Her sister's got, makeup brands, clothing brands too.
Mm-hmm.
But
they need to check all of the trucks. I was watching Power, and they was trying to find delivery trucks to put the cocaine in.
Man, it's like a GTA.
Because there ain't nobody going – it's chances of them pulling over a delivery truck and
Right.
busting it down.
This remind me of GTA because like in GTA you can do this. You can just buy like a cocaine
What?
factory and then just like ship, cocaine around.
Oh, wow.
So she playing real life GTA.
Well,
I don't know
I
if
guess the
you know?
Kardashians got that white girl.
Oh man. Well, hey, I like that connection you just had there, because they definitely got it coming through.
Hey.
She must have some like spreadsheet of just like where to go, where the shipment's supposed to go. The cops must. This is another thing too. The cops must have known about this for a while because $9 million is crazy. That's a whole job that you got to figure out.
Let me tell you something. That's a lot of packing.
Yeah.
And it's in there with the clothing item and duct taped in with the underwear.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
from the factory.
It's either from the factory or it's separate.
Okay, so is it a truck?
It's a shipment. I don't know if it's
Is
a
it
truck
is
or a
it
plane.
Is that independent from?
I don't know. It's
Do it got skims on the side of the truck?
It don't got no pictures of it. It's just out there that
Because it could be a third party shipment.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's a third party shipment.
Okay.
Because it might be in the back of the truck or the plane or the boat wherever.
Well, if it's a third party, then they may not. They don't have to know anything about it.
I mean, it's $9
People
million,
hire third party transit systems all the time.
but it's cocaine though.
I'm
You know
just
what I'm saying?
saying.
Hey,
Keep us updated on this.
I will. They keeping up with the Kardashians, man. I'm gonna try to keep up with the cocaine, I guess.
Well, make sure that you know.
We'll see.
Don't be practicing messing with that booger sugar.
No, that ain't.
Hey,
that's not my speed.
That's
that's
a, say no to drugs.
Yeah, that's like you said. That's the white girl, whatever you said.
Hey, you got that white girl.
Yeah.
She got the underwear with the powder.
Steer away from that. Everybody.
I got baking soda.
No,
hey,
yeah, you tripping.
That's
Yeah. Baking soda.
that's your boy. And, yeah, all right. Well, what else is going on? It's popcorn. What else going on out here?
I would tell you after break. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Nicole Acosta, Director of Impact Engagement at Peak, and Tyreka Barnes, a parent of students at Peak. They will discuss how your child can do summer different through their free summer programming in Milwaukee and camp in Boscobel, Wisconsin. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the Kellogg Peak Initiative at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs, and if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? We're talking things like old antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, propane cylinders, and pesticides. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away. To MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, and I never met a queen like you before. And I never met a queen like you before. And the way you move, yeah, you let me know. All the other girls, they was never close. I never met a queen like you before.
Yeah, classy, real thick, brown skin, college educated, independent. Nope. And I don't need nobody help. I be on my grind, I can get it by myself. Hey, living life, yeah, I keep it classy. Confidence high.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got Nazir Spencer and Andrew in studio for the Pop Culture Report. Nazir, what else we got? What's going on out here in these pop culture streets?
So I got some statistics I want to bring to you about Milwaukee. All right. Look, y'all. First of all, I just want to get this out there. Y'all nasty before I even get started.
What you mean?
Y'all nasty. All right, listen.
What's going on? Wow.
Leading OnlyFans search engine OnlyGuider has calculated exactly how much Milwaukee spent on OnlyFans in 2025.
What?
Okay, but also how much its creators ranked on the platform.
Milwaukee creators.
Yes, and Milwaukee makes for eye-opening reading. Okay, key findings. Milwaukee is the highest spending city in Wisconsin.
What?
At $123,227
on OnlyFans
per 10,000 residents.
Ayo.
Oh wow.
Per 10,000 residents.
Nasty.
Okay? All right, that's not even the craziest part. All right. Total 2025 spend hit was $7 million. That's $20,000.
What you mean in content or people spending?
That's $20,000 every single day flowing through OnlyFans from Milwaukee.
I'm talking about coming in or going out?
Going in.
I'm talking about people are paying to watch.
Paying to watch OnlyFans.
Not content coming in for content.
That specific one is flowing through OnlyFans from Milwaukee, so that's coming in.
So we paying to see.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still going. It's still going. Statewide, Wisconsin residents spent $45 million on OnlyFans in 2025.
$45 million
in Wisconsin. Okay, Milwaukee accounts for 16% of that.
What? They said they ain't had no money.
That's what I'm saying. Where the tax dollars?
Oh, wow.
Okay, why they not getting taxed? Okay, Milwaukee leads all 4 Wisconsin cities analyzed. Okay, Milwaukee is home to 3,000 OnlyFans creators, a little bit over 3,000.
What?
generating $3 million in annual revenue.
What?
I don't know no OnlyFans. What?
I do know some OnlyFans.
I know some in Madison, yeah.
And I know some around Milwaukee.
I don't know none in Milwaukee.
But what I'm saying is I don't subscribe and watch
That's what I'm saying.
like they get.
So those are the statistics. Milwaukee spent $7 million on OnlyFans in 2025. That's over $20,000 per day.
Oh, wow. So today Milwaukee didn't spend $20,000 watching OnlyFans.
Yeah, somebody got $20,000.
Nasty.
Fine God. Somebody needs to.
Oh, wow.
Go get raised right. Please.
They say that when they get poverty, people got to do whatever they got to do to survive. The content, they said 3,000 content creators, right?
Yeah.
On there making $3 million.
Almost $4 million.
A year?
$3.9 million annually.
A month.
Yes. Annually. $3.9 million annually.
A year.
Yes.
In Milwaukee.
You can just live here and go OnlyFans and I'm not promoting it, by the way.
Okay, so 3,000 divided by 3 million, how much is that?
3,000 divided.
Do the math on that because you say it's 3,000 content creators.
Yes.
Annually, they say they making $3 million. Split that up.
In annual revenue, yes.
Split that up and see what that comes out to allegedly per person.
$1,000 per person.
$1,000
$1,000 per person.
That doesn't sound like much.
That doesn't sound like much.
$1,000 a year.
No. But
annually, what? A year or?
It's still a lot though.
So if it's $3 million coming in off of content,
yeah,
and it's 3,000 people that they've got content creators,
right?
If you divide that 3,000 by 3 million, that's $1,000
average. But average they make like $100K per person, bro.
How?
I don't know.
Three. Okay.
I'm just going on statistics. I'm telling you what I'm looking at.
Come on,
that means that somebody at the very top is making a ton of money,
right?
And a bunch of people at the bottom aren't making any.
Okay, right. That's what I mean.
A couple people that's
but still nasty.
Some real dollars.
Yeah, but people probably starting
else
up.
Probably even getting less than 1,000.
So it's 3,000. That means like maybe 1,000 people started pretty late in the year, made a little bit of bucks. But still, statewide, $46 million.
That's terrible.
$46 million.
Start a business.
That is a business, technically.
Okay. Start one that's honest, you know what I mean? Because they not talking about how many Planned Parenthood visits came from this.
Okay, so they analyzed Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, and Kenosha. Milwaukee had $7.3 million in total spent, okay? Total 2025 spend per 10K residents, $123,000. So residents were just paying for OnlyFans.
Just to consume it.
Yeah. And Madison.
Like a Netflix subscription.
Yeah, like an Amazon Prime.
Oh, wow.
You know? And then Madison.
That's horrible.
Madison was 2.1. Green Bay was 1.4. Kenosha was 1.1. Kenosha right down there. They right here. they leeching off us.
Well.
Kenosha OnlyFans? What is that? I never heard of that. Green Bay and Madison make some sense. Kenosha is crazy.
Kenosha, wow.
That sound like it. They make $1.1 million over there.
Racine, what, did you got Racine on there?
No Racine. Nope. Chicago is like right above us. Okay, Chicago got $47 million total spent. So we ain't too bad compared to them. Milwaukee wise.
Here we go.
Chicago got our whole state revenue when it comes to OnlyFans.
You know, Chicago got like 4 million people. Yeah.
So they just got OnlyFans creators left and right there. So those my Milwaukee statistics. I just want.
Well, you know, Andrew just lost 50 pounds.
Oh man, Andrew.
That's what I'm saying. What are they doing on a Friday at 4:30?
If he don't go into the other options as far as broadcasting,
Andrew, you might. Hey, you just moved here too. Andrew just moved here. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Oh wow.
He adapting to the OnlyFans.
Here we go.
Apparently. Hey, but I just wanted to bring you those statistics. I got some other statistics for you too. This is sports though. It's still Milwaukee. All right. The New York Times dropped where they think Giannis is gonna go. And
okay, everybody doing the Giannis.
Yeah. This is New York Times. This is big time.
Everybody's trying to figure out where Giannis is gonna land. I call it the Giannis sweepstakes.
Oh yeah, this is the sweep. Oh, it's gonna start up in the next few weeks for sure. So Giannis, it was Milwaukee Bucks are at 46%. He might stay. That's all right.
That's a huge percentage.
That's a huge percentage. The next one is I believe it was the Heat, 26%. And then the Knicks were 16%, and then the Lakers were 3%.
I think that the Knicks. I think there's a lot of New York talk with Giannis.
He might go to Boston,
but if you look at the movie,
yeah,
he came through New York He got
Yeah, he
drafted
did.
in New York, I think.
No, he got drafted here.
I'm talking about the draft or something like that.
What do you mean?
It's something with New York. He had to come into New York or something
physical
like
draft.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm talking about he came in through not no draft. I'm talking about when he came into this country, he was
lives
in New York.
Yeah, he lives in New York. I know what you mean.
Or he was in something with
He was
New
in
York.
there, yeah.
And then we chose him, and then then he came to Milwaukee.
Okay.
But what I'm saying, or his agents or somebody got him to New York.
Yeah.
At least according to the movie.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So maybe he feel like
That's the place to be.
He
I mean, they're in
wanna
the conference finals right now tonight.
Mm.
You know, they play the Cavs tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals. So realistically, the Knicks don't need him though. You know what I mean?
I think if the Knicks won a guaranteed title,
it's not guaranteed though. You got to play. You got to play.
No,
Wemby.
I'm talking about with the team that they have. Because as Giannis, after this year, if they wait one more year, he's going to be unrestricted, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so you can't do nothing with him. No
Okay,
more.
so that's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they don't need him like that. But
I mean,
I think that the Bucks are going to look to make a trade here soon or make a deal.
I think
Because
they
after
gotta-
this, he's going to be like LeBron. LeBron
hit
is
it.
going to be out.
Yeah.
LeBron can go wherever he want to go right now.
And then we just go be in poverty for about 3 years, like the Cavs were. The Cavs were horrible until they got Donovan Mitchell and Garland and all them boys. And then, I don't know. I think
Diddy Cassie says his brother got drafted by the Knicks.
the Nassus.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is something happened with the Knicks.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the Knicks is a part of their journey somehow.
Yeah.
And if the Knicks drafted the Nassus, they feel like they gave them an opportunity. They may want to come back
I'm saying though,
and
but
make that full circle. That's why I keep hearing mostly everybody's, from what I'm watching,
yeah.
he's going to land in New York. That's from what I'm seeing. It's more conversations about him landing in New York. And then L.A. is kind of, in the back.
Minnesota is trying to get
And
into
Minnesota's trying to do something.
Yeah.
But I think that if you really want to win the title, New York got the pieces.
Yeah, but I don't think they go trade for him. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, in this summer, the Bucks might try to get rid of him because he might not sign. The Knicks don't need to trade nobody because they already have a championship caliber team. Like, if you get rid of Cat, that'd be whatever, cool.
Right.
But they're not going to do that because they've been in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking he might go to Boston or the Timberwolves. You see not Naz Reid, but Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert is just horrible. So they might get traded to Milwaukee. Hope not, but
well, we'll find out. Hey, look, the Giannis
please
sweepstakes is on.
Please stay, Giannis. We need you.
I think he should stay.
I think you should stay too. You don't got no reason.
I
to
think
leave.
it'd be more powerful.
Oh yeah, especially if you win another one.
Right.
Ooh.
Well, thank you, Nazir, for coming in with the Pop Culture Report. When
Yes,
we
sir.
come back, Truth Nation, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And before we get into the show, we got the Tory Lowe Show mixtape. Just send your email. I guess people sending the email in on the talk to text, or send it in the chat. Some people send it to Tory Lowe on Facebook. I think a couple people sent me their emails to my Instagram. But we got the Tory Lowe Show mixtape available for the listeners. It's free. It's my thank you to everybody that tuned into the show. And I appreciate all of the listeners, all of those in the chat. I wish I could do more. Also, Friday after the show in the 3rd Street Market Hall around 4:30, we'll be having a gathering for Truth Nation on Friday at the 3rd Street Market Hall at 4:30. So just make sure that, if you put that on your calendar, you want to come through. We'll be out in the 3rd Street Market Hall having a great time. It's happy hour around that time. So it's going to be a great time. But also just make sure that you have your parking taken care of. And that maybe if y'all want to have a little bit too much fun, make sure you have a designated driver, which, somebody that can drive with you and things like that. So don't be just coming in and then all of a sudden you have too much fun, and then all of a sudden, First District down here too. So don't want to be pulling out, driving off and then talk about I was at the Tory Lowe Show, celebration idea, and then next thing y'all get in trouble for. I don't need that. Make sure y'all come with the crew. Mo the Elephant says till what time? It'll be from 4:30 to 7:30. And if it's extra fun, we might stay to 8. But like I said, what I'm saying is this is just a gathering of everybody coming together. Y'all know I love to see when we out. And for those that meet me when we outside, y'all know it's a great time when we doing stuff in the community, no matter if it's the cleanup, no matter if it's the walk against violence, no matter if it's a call to action, looking for a missing person. Y'all already know we enjoy hanging out, having a good time together. So salute. And, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's going to continue to be like that. But just on this Friday at 4:30, we'll be at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and y'all can we can gather and maybe I'll tell y'all some things from there. Maybe after that, and maybe I'll gather everybody up and give them some good announcements. Maybe I'll say it then. After the show is over in the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Big post-show reveal.
Yeah, just, for those that because if you come to the 4:30 event, that means you really was hardcore. You loved what was going on, and those that can't make it, salute. I'm not saying that that's not the case, but for those that come out, maybe we'll have a little treat for them, a little great news for them. So, all right, well, and I got the lines open too, like all this week, I think we leaving it open all this week for the people to talk about their best memory from the truth all this week from the last 5 years. That's always something that y'all can call in and talk about. But I want to get into this situation where, once again, a security guard was attacked while confronting a car break-in suspect in Milwaukee. Now, the security guards take a lot of scrutiny, because many times when they get real, they get to ducking. They say security just got a flashlight, and what happened at Mayfair Mall with the security guard. What happened at Mayfair Mall with the security guard, where he had one job, and that's to spray the pepper spray on the people that was in the conflict, and he sprayed his buddies. Or I don't even know if it was a he or a she. Was it a girl or a guy? We don't know. It's a security guard at Mayfair. sprayed the other teammates with the pepper spray, and then get the people that was causing the problem. So we give a lot of scrutiny to security guards around here. But look, this security guard stepped into action. Confronted somebody breaking in the cars, confronted the suspect, and then he got attacked. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video on this. Let's listen.
We are at the MacArthur Square parking garage on 9th and Wells in Milwaukee, just below the Milwaukee County Courthouse. And this is where investigators spent hours this morning just beyond these gates, collecting evidence and blocking off part of the garage. Officers here tell us this was the crime scene. Police confirming the victim is a private security guard for this garage. Police dispatch revealing the dramatic moments the call came in.
We have a 34-year-old male patient, P&D patient is a security guard at the courthouse. He got into an altercation with a civilian. He got punched in the face.
Milwaukee police say they're investigating an assault that happened here this morning just before 6:30. They say the 34-year-old guard found the suspect, a 32-year-old man, inside the parking garage trying to break into cars. When the guard confronted the suspect, MPD says the suspect attacked. Police say the guard was taken to the hospital with injuries, that they did survive and are being treated for those injuries. And Milwaukee police say the 32-year-old suspect was arrested near the crime scene. They say criminal charges will be referred to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office.
Now, two things. You got to be off, a little bit off to break into that garage. That's right by the police station and the courthouse. They ain't even got to put you in the paddy wagon. They just if you so close to the courthouse, they just walk you right into the courtroom from there. Like there may be some mental health issues. I usually don't like to throw off bad behavior with mental health. But I'm going to say this. You got to be, you didn't take your medication that day. If you breaking in cars at the courthouse, this is right under that tunnel where people go down to go under, right by the courthouse, where some people go into that little tunnel way and then go into the courthouse. This that parking structure. Whoever did this was one fry short of a Happy Meal. Because 32 years old, breaking into cars at the courthouse. That's it ain't funny, but I guess sometimes you got to laugh to stop from crying. You can tell that this person, maybe they was homeless or something. I mean, this is just my opinion. Maybe it was one of those people that was sleeping in the tents or in that area. There's a lot of homelessness going on in that area too. And a while back, there was a lot of people setting up tents, sleeping in that courthouse area over there. But then they moved them out. They moved them out from over there. So now they off of Valete somewhere or you can see around 14th and Valete, around the King Center. You can see a lot of homelessness, people sleeping in a lot of them abandoned buildings over there in the front of them and things like that. So all I'm saying is maybe it was one of those people that in those conditions. Because I can't, in my brain, you are a regular 32-year-old, 1st District, courthouse, everything right there, and you finna go break into the cars. Yeah. I'm sure that they're gonna, then they said that he attacked the security guard. They didn't say he pulled out a gun. They said he swung off on him, it got to fighting and tussling. I'm going to tell you right now, them people do know how to fight, them homeless people, because every night they got to be on guard because they sleeping in the tent. Or they sleeping they ain't got no protection of a house, so they sleeping in a blanket. So they got to be already on fight mode. They can't rest. So if they comfortable sleeping outside, they know how to fight. I'm trying to tell you. So you're not going to mess with one of them people. It just meant he probably got that security guard probably wasn't ready for all of that. And maybe he was looking for food. Maybe he was looking for something to sell. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't think it was a regular 32-year-old. It could have been. Nowadays, there's a lot of people doing a lot of weird stuff. But in that area,
No, if you're a security guard, you got to be ready for the smoke anytime, Tory.
Yeah, you should be ready for the smoke if you're a security guard. First of all, there's so many security guards that can't fight, I mean, I believe the one thing as a security guard, you shouldn't just be hiring people just because they, just do security. If you're a security guard, you got to know how to defend yourself, at least. Now, I ain't say go out and attack people and beat people up and talk tough and act crazy. I ain't talking about that, that's more of a bouncer at the club bouncer. No, if you're a security guard, you got to know at least how to do a good 1-2 punch, a good 1-2-3 if you had to.
Yeah, you got to be able to do the two-piece in a
at least a two-piece in a bit, at least. So, hey, let's send up prayers for the security guard to get a speedy recovery in this situation. But like I said, it's a lot of homelessness downtown. It's a lot of desperate acts going on downtown that they don't even talk about. They don't even talk about it. They want to keep downtown nice and shiny, but it's a lot of stuff going on. Mo the Elephant says top flight security. I mean, even the Taco Bell drive-through server was packing the heat after he knocked dude out. Hey, it's true. Also, a judge denies plea deal for teen charged in a Milwaukee kidnapping. Now, everybody been following this story. This was the whole thing where the mother and the daddy of the child and they jumped out the car and grabbed the boy and it was a huge national story. I think it was last summer. But when we come back, I want to talk about this. The judge is denying bail for the teen charged in that kidnapping. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch The Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Now that I'm retired, I'm worried about making ends meet. Food, medicine, and rent cost more every day. And that's why I used benefitscheckup.org. It connected me to an extra $1,000 a month. Benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging. If you're on a fixed income, benefitscheckup.org might help you too. For free. Visit today.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1-4. Say your name. Tory Lowe. Yeah. On the block by the courthouse. Phone ring, he already know. Mama crying in the hallway. Who gon' speak? She say, Tory Lowe. North side, south side. Same pain, same tears on a different door. He the one they call when they can't breathe, when they can't take it anymore. Advocate, Tory Lowe. He gon' ride when it's time, let the city know. From the hood to the front row. If you hurt, say the word, he gon' stand 10 toes. Advocate, Tory Lowe. Every step, every march, you be in that snow. When it rain, when it cold, if you stuck in the dark, he gon' pull you home.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Judge denies plea deal for teen charged in Milwaukee kidnapping. This story went all over the country, and they finally going to trial with it. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video. Let's listen.
The video shocked Milwaukee last summer, prompting an Amber Alert. A 7-year-old boy snatched out of his front yard by armed men at 61st and Eustis. The boy, Jamal White, was recovered unharmed about 24 hours later as police uncovered a robbery plot that morphed into a kidnapping and extortion attempt. 15-year-old Barry Coleman came to court after reaching a plea deal with the prosecutor. Already considered a delinquent juvenile thanks to a heroin case when he was just 12, Coleman is charged with kidnapping, taking hostages, and possession of a firearm. Under the plea deal, though, those 3 felonies would be whittled down to a single robbery charge, not even armed robbery, though prosecutors say he was armed during the abduction.
It was largely related to the defendant's acceptance of responsibility.
But Judge David Borowski was immediately skeptical of the plea deal, which would reduce the possible prison time from 90 years down to 15.
In jumping out of a car, grabbing a 7-year-old in his arms at gunpoint and throwing him in the back of a car, and I'm supposed to take straight robbery? Explain that to me.
The total amount of years is equal to his years of age. In my opinion, given the...
Right, well, it's, as you know, this is not a mathematical calculation. I've had 16-year-olds plead to first-degree reckless homicide, which is way more than their 16 years. This is a heinous allegation, even for Milwaukee. It is not in the interest of justice for me to accept this.
Judge Borowski, that's the wrong judge in the city to bring this to look for some empathy. And you a young black man. Hey, look, he facing 90 years. Judge Borowski trying to get him 100. Judge Borowski, this man have made so many wild statements over the years. He even said that Milwaukee was a sewer, you know. And by him saying that, this young man looked like something that came out the sewer. To Borowski, how many times do they reject plea deals after prosecution gives a plea deal? I don't know. I would love to know. I would love to know, but hey, he shouldn't have never. You know, sometimes you got to pay the consequences for your actions, and I don't even have nothing positive to say about the young man's actions. Matter of fact, he deserved whatever he get. Anytime somebody do things and harm innocent life or go out here and pull some criminal, God, hey, you gotta pay the price. Don't come trying to, ask for community assistance and you went out and pull something like this, especially kidnapping. Okay. All I'm saying is, but when you see Judge Borowski, they made sure that Borowski had this case because, he a high-profile judge. And this is a high-profile case. Ain't going to be no oxygen in the courtroom with this case. And he going to make sure of it. Judge Borowski is, like I said, he got a certain tinge to him when it comes to black people. I'm just gonna say a 10. Y'all know if y'all can read between the lines. He got a certain when it comes to blacks.
Last week of the show, Tory, say what you gotta say,
right? From my observation, Judge Borowski don't like. I was gonna say it. I'm awake. Y'all know what I'm finna say. Some things it's best not to say it. Here go Andrew trying to geek me to say it. Y'all know what I mean.
What's understood doesn't need to be said.
What was understood don't need to be spoken, okay? But Judge Borowski, I'm trying to tell you, if I would ask for a different judge, if I had Judge Borowski, I don't care if it's for a parking ticket, you know what I mean? And I got video, he gonna find a way. You not finna, I'm trying to tell you, he's not finna. That he did the Theodore Edgecombe trial. Y'all seen? I'm trying to tell you, Judge Borowski kind of, every time I get around Judge Borowski, I raise an eyebrow. Do he see me as a sewer rat? He said Milwaukee was a sewer, and he said a lot of things that has narratives that are not favorable to a certain race. I'm going to keep it right there. But this young man definitely ain't got no excuses. And I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him. I really don't. It's just that Borowski, is involved in this. And I had to say that about Borowski. But he might have ran into the right situation where he going to get exactly what he deserved. And shame on the adults that was involved in this as well. To have a young man go out there and do the dirty work thinking, okay, if he go out there and get caught and get the kid and get caught, he a juvenile, so they going to take it easy on him. We adults, so, if they catch us doing it, we going to get, thrown in jail forever because we probably on our third, fourth strike. They said this young man had a case at 12. What they say, heroin or cocaine or something like that? Wow. Here we go. We're going to keep following this because now we got to see where this ends up. We may not have a follow-up right here on this station. Because at the end of it ain't gonna be no, maybe we have to wait a while, but we gonna have a follow-up, but it may not be on this in this platform. Why you laughing, Andrew? It's the truth, right? Okay. You said it's my last week, and now you don't want me to say that, but you wanted me to say what I was gonna say about Borowski.
No, I think it's all good. I think you should speak your truth, Tory.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. If we gonna have a follow-up, but it just ain't gonna be in this space.
No.
Okay. Well,
Instagram Live, maybe.
When we come back, we'll have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Honest, direct, and always thought-provoking.
Even if the system don't make sense anymore. And that's the part we got to be honest about. Education is not a theory. It's not a title. It's not a category. It's a student, it's a teacher, it's a classroom, and there's learning. Everything, everybody else, including the superintendent herself, are secondary. Assistant superintendents, or whatever the heck you call them, deputy, chief of school, everybody, they are secondary if a child's not learning. The student is the number one thing there. So if we've reached the point where the only way to defend the system is to argue that keeping teachers out of a classroom is essential to education, then we're not just confused. We backwards. And when policy, practice, priorities, and money collide like that, there's only one word for all of this: nonsensical.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 to 6, live on YouTube and broadcasting on 1017 The Truth.
Outfitting your team? Planning an event? That's a whole lot of moving pieces, and your custom apparel shouldn't be one of the headaches. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, you get more than just printed shirts. You get a local partner who helps you design it, order it, and gives you the confidence that will all come together on time. From team gear to company events, no job is too big. Big Frog delivers quality, guidance, and a smooth experience from start to finish. Skip the guesswork. Go local. Come see us in Mequon or just jump online. bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
This sports update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Brewers haven't lost to the Cubs since October 9th of 2025 during Game 4 of the NLDS. Yesterday's game ended with the Brewers win 9-3 with a wild game from Yelich.
The 0-1, and Yelich a fly ball down the left field line, and it is going to be a fair ball. It lands and then kicks into foul territory. One run is in. Stopping at third is Contreras, and Yelich with a bloop double to add to the lead. It is 9-3 Milwaukee.
Lane Grindle on the second game against the Cubs begins at 6:40 tonight. The New York Times is out with its anonymous players poll, and one of the questions is, where will Giannis play next year? The Milwaukee Bucks sit at 46%, the Miami Heat sit at 23%, New York Knicks sit at 16%, and Los Angeles Lakers sit at 3%. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
K-Bone, 10 toes. We outside for the people. Yeah, step out the crib, that heart on my sleeve. Phone keep ringing, that call I receive. Grandma on the porch say pray then leave. So I lace up hope like a brand new weave. Block full of pain, I done walk them tears. Face every fear, I done fought their years. Name in their ear like a chant in the bleachers. Front row love for the hurt and the dreamers. They say tone it down, I just turn up. Made for the trenches, I was raised by proof. If the system cold, then I bring that flame. You can see that light when you shout my name. Tory Lowe, that Batman. Pull up when it's that bad. Riding for the have-nots. Turn a closed door to a last stand. Tory Lowe, that Batman. Big cake, made a past pain. Turn cries into an anthem. Make the whole block chant his last name. Low, low, low.
101.
Mama in the lobby.
7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. I want to head down to Atlanta. You know they got the driverless vehicles out here now. Now I don't know if I'm ready for the driverless vehicles. I'm not ready. I need to see somebody behind the wheel. I haven't graduated that far into technology. I deal with technology. I don't mind it. But if I'm gonna get in a taxi, I'm not finna go with the driverless taxis. But they said that a driverless taxi and these driverless vehicles in Atlanta was going crazy in the Atlanta neighborhood. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some audio and video on this. Let's listen.
You might call them wayward Waymos, one after another driverless taxis, streaming into several Atlanta cul-de-sacs at virtually all hours of the day and night.
So as more were coming in, more were going out. It was just a constant stream of coming in around the circle.
After roughly 50 of them showed up last weekend, the annoyed neighbors put out a traffic turtle, but that only led to longer backups.
One of them almost did run over our cul-de-sac cat, Buddy, and so that was the final straw.
The robo-taxis appear to be in a holding pattern, waiting for their next assignment. Waymo tells NBC News it has already worked with our partner to address this routing behavior. It's the latest Waymo speed bump, coming just days after the company recalled nearly 4,000 robo-taxis for software fix, after some cars in Texas and California drove into flooded streets and stalled. In recent years, Waymos have also failed to yield to school buses and caused rush hour gridlock.
Nothing we are doing today with automated vehicle technology is safe enough. It's got to be better tomorrow. And that is the change in trajectory we need for vehicle safety in America today.
I don't know. See, you being experimented on. I even remember a conversation a while back last year that they was trying to get the trucks to be driverless. And I saw commercials where Domino's was having a driverless vehicle deliver pizza in California somewhere. They've been experimenting on these driverless vehicles. I don't want to be the guinea pig at this point. I wouldn't even drive in a Tesla right now if somebody was doing the automatic driver, like where they don't have to touch the wheel. I'm not even doing none of that. Not right now. I'm not confident. I'm not confident in letting a driverless vehicle take me somewhere. Not today. Not right now. Some of y'all might not mind it, but I don't. What if it go crazy? What if it's a glitch and then you crash and you run off the road? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd rather have my hand on the steering wheel. I don't even like some of y'all when I'm driving with some of the people I know. I'm scared because I don't look good in the car accident. I always tell people I don't look good smashed up. I need you to pay attention. Barbara says, Tory, try it, man. I guess Barbara have done it. Not really a city girl says, yeah, no, thank you on the robo taxis. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready for all of that. It's people that I know that I drive with all the time, and I done got gray hairs because they wait till the last minute to hit the brakes. They drive too close to the vehicle in the front. They act like they can't see the pothole right there in the front. We hitting every pothole. I mean, hey, we got a call on the lines. If you want to join the conversation today, 833-212-1017. We got Kay on the lines. How you doing, Kay?
Hey, good afternoon.
Blessings, Queen.
I'm like you. It's gonna be a no. Everything AI and everybody want computers to do everything. Yeah, it's gonna be a no. It's some stuff they just not gonna be able to do.
Right.
And they driving just these robo cars driving just as ridiculous as the cars with people in them.
I agree.
Some stuff we just not gonna be able to. We ain't gonna be able to match it. It's just like that's what's wrong with people nowadays. Everybody want to be on the phone. Everybody wants stuff to be computerized. That's why people don't know how to talk to folks. That's why they don't know how to communicate effectively. That's why folks don't know how to. They don't know how to do much of nothing with all of this technology. Yeah, you only as smart as the tool that you handling. And as we can see, we got a lot of smart dummies behind the wheel. Now we got a full-blown dummy? No.
Hey, salute to Kay for chiming in. I think that this Waymo taxi need way more work to be done before I trust it. Understand what I'm saying? I don't even want to get in a vehicle. I don't even like if I don't have to, drive nowadays in Milwaukee, I'm not driving. Period. I only drive when I have to drive or where I'm going somewhere. Like some people just like to get out and cruise and just, joyride a little bit. Nah. And with the gas prices, especially no. Like I'm very specific on where I'm trying to go, and I'll say this: I would not let a driverless vehicle, with as bad as people running red lights. How do they give account for all of the reckless driving and the things that go on while you driving? Dude, they can't anticipate it. At least give me a chance with somebody with some reflexes. I don't know. What do you think, Andrew?
See, I'm not against the driverless cars story. I'm just against them in these neighborhoods. Like, if you want to drive on, like, the freeway or something, I don't really care. But, like, it's in the gridlocked area. Like, downtown Milwaukee, not a good place for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, Diddy Cassie in the chat says, but y'all trust airplanes.
I think it's a little different.
Airplane got a pilot. You think airplanes autopilot?
Yeah, but it's the takeoff and the landing that you need a person for.
So you said airplanes, the pilot is just there just to take off and land.
Yeah, when we're at like 5,000 feet, I think the computer's doing a lot of the work.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just kind of floating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like you got to turn the corner or stop at a light. You're just floating.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so
imagine if there was a red light at that high. It'd be a problem.
It would be a problem. Imagine if you had to turn the corner every time, I don't know. I just, like I said, it is what it is. All I'm saying is I like technology. I like using technology, but I'm not ready for technology to take control over the wheel.
Like I said, if you want a situation where nobody is in control of anything and like you're just a safe passenger, take a train. Trains, you're on a track. There's nothing to go wrong there. No issue. But with cars and stuff, there's so many different variables, man.
Motor Elephant says, please do not do this story. I'm a train guy, too. I like trains. It's safe. They do have problems, but it's very few and far between.
That's what I'm saying. I've taken the train to Chicago a couple times, Tory. It's pretty good. Nice little Amtrak, not a bad deal.
Hey, if y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Also, I want to go over to Baton Rouge, where a high school assistant basketball coach was arrested for sex crimes involving a student. Y'all know I keep up with these stories because, sometimes when we don't talk about them, a lot of these people can creep in the dark. We got to keep an eye open. And everybody always thought that the person that was going to commit these crimes was somebody that was a thief or a felon or somebody that was on the wrong track. No, it'd be like every time we do these stories, and it'd be teachers, coaches, doctors, dentists. That's why I tell y'all to keep a head on the swivel. You don't know who is it going to be that's trying to do something to these young kids in the family, grooming, all of that. We got to really start paying attention because a lot of children are falling victim to groomers, to sexual assault, to sex trafficking. It's a lot going on. I deal with it. That's why when I got my show, I make sure when I see these stories, we talk about them. We're going to head over to Baton Rouge. High school assistant basketball coach arrested for sexual crimes involving student. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
The Zachary Broncos have done it again.
Assistant boys basketball coach Tim Johnson, seen here coaching during the team's 2025 championship run, was arrested Thursday for carnal knowledge of a juvenile, prohibited sexual conduct between an educator and a student, molestation of a juvenile, and improper telephone communications. Zachary police say the crimes took place in Zachary and Baton Rouge. They were unable to discuss specifics of the case Friday, but the department is usually tight-lipped about its investigations. The Zachary Community School District released a statement following Johnson's arrest, saying the conduct alleged is deeply troubling and wholly inconsistent with the standards and expectations of district employees. The safety, well-being, and protection of our students remain our highest priority. Johnson is the second East Baton Rouge area school coach to be arrested in a week for inappropriate behavior with students. Last Thursday, Parkview Baptist coach Patrick Yomtom was arrested for allegedly texting with a 14-year-old student about her sex life. Both coaches have been placed on administrative leave from their respective schools.
Teachers, coaches, that, your kid, that's why I tell you, you got to be actively involved in what your child is doing. And you know what I know that helps me a lot? I always ask my children what adult is talking to them or having interaction with them, and why are you talking to this adult? If it's a math teacher, the math teacher should be talking math. Or, something in that space. If they talking about let's be buddies and stuff like that, hey, let me know. So I'm going to show up and talk to them and try to figure out what's going on. Like, you got to be attentive of what is going on because it could be in the school. It could be in decent programs. Predators are all over the place. Predators, people that want these kids, they all over the place. They in the church. They in the school. They at the hospital. They at the dentist. They everywhere. They at the police department. That's why you got to train your kids to speak. And you got to stay vigilant on the conversations with your child because I'm going to tell you right now, some of y'all children sitting up in the house right now with y'all with them phones in their hands talking to grown people, even Roblox. Some of these video games that these kids be playing, that y'all let these kids play, they got predators in the video game. So we got to make sure that we drive that home, that we have to be consistent with dealing with our youth and making sure that we get them before the groomers get them. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? We're talking things like old antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, propane cylinders, and pesticides. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away to MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day. Too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The people's champ. Yeah, yeah. Who the people's champ? Tory Lowe. When it all goes wrong, where do people go? Tory Lowe. Who was speaking up for those people in the ghetto? Tory Lowe. Who was out in Kenosha on the front line in the snow? Tory Lowe. Who out here righting the wrongs and shining light on these folks? Tory Lowe. Who the biggest advocate that Milwaukee has ever known? Tory Lowe. Who out here finding these babies and bringing them back home? Yo, Tory Lowe. If you don't know, then you know. Who gonna be right there with you in that hospital when you shot up? Tory Lowe. Who gon' find a child molester that touched your daughter? Tory Lowe. Who gon' help you out when that landlord put you out of that apartment? Tory Lowe. When your son need a transplant, who gon' find that organ? Tory Lowe. Who out here shutting down the streets with no permit? Tory Lowe. Who the biggest activists out here that's independent? Tory Lowe. Who you gon' call if you end up missing? Who put this all together? Me, that's who. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. I want to head over to Detroit, where a teen shot in downtown Detroit. Detroit Police Department stepping up patrols for teen takeovers. They're anticipating a lot of these teen takeovers, Truth Nation. They having talks about it in Detroit. And we also got a story where they're talking about it right here. They just had a recent discussion about it in the city of Milwaukee. But I want to go over to Detroit, where the Detroit Police Department is stepping up patrols for teen takeovers after a teen was shot downtown. Let's listen.
Well, Keenan Alicia, Chief Todd Bedison says that he is trying to and wants to increase patrols in light of the recent violence that's happened here in downtown Detroit. He says that he wants to continue to make sure these city streets remain safe headed into the summer season. Now, Detroit police responded to shots fired just before 10 p.m. last night. It all happened at the corner where Library and Farmer Streets intersect with East Grand River Avenue. That intersection is between Woodward and Gratiot Avenue, just blocks away from Grand Circus Park in downtown Detroit. Now, DPD says a 14-year-old boy was shot in the chest. However, he's currently in stable condition, recovering at a local area hospital. 2 juveniles, ages 16 and 17, were taken into custody. Police also say they've recovered the gun they believed was used in the shooting. Last night, there were hundreds of teens in downtown Detroit as part of that teen takeover you were mentioning. Police believe the shooting stemmed from a fight that broke out. Detroit Police Chief Todd Bedison says they're stepping up patrols in light of the recent teen takeovers.
We in the downtown area, it was over 60 juveniles that we did detain, and so we're going to continue that. We're going to hold parents accountable as well, and we will be increasing our enforcement efforts in an effort to keep everyone safe in the city of Detroit.
All right, so these takeovers, we comment on these takeovers. How do we know this ain't a social experiment? Because if somebody's putting out a flyer of events that's causing chaos, causing people to use resources like police, all of this other stuff off of one flyer, and we ain't got the organizer, I think it's social engineering going on. Ain't no way somebody creating these events and nobody don't know who did it. All this talk about takeovers, and y'all, to me, it seemed like they got another agenda with these takeovers, because where the organizer at? Where the organizer? Somebody tell me where the organizer at. All this time, you telling me all over the Atlanta, Detroit, New York, Milwaukee, all these takeover flyers going out here, and not one person, one organizer caught. We know who organizing the No Kings, the Black Lives Matter, all the socialist movements. They got names. We know who putting it together, but yet we don't see who's behind the takeovers with the kids. But yet we're using resources and preparing for more of these teen takeovers. But you have not yet said that we was going to bring these organizers to justice. I got a problem with that. I got a real serious problem that it's organizers out here just, nobody says anything about the people who made the flyer. But yet they're going to increase security for the kids, for the youth. They coming up with community plans around these teen takeovers, but ain't not one person got on the news and said, we're going to arrest every organizer that posts a flyer to these teen takeovers. You going to jail. Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. I don't mind them increasing the securities and things like that. But out of all of the videos, out of all of the interviews, out of all of the trusted community members that's, we got to stop these, we got to get these takeovers, we got to get these kids under control. Ain't nobody said, when we find these organizers, we going to throw them in Lake Michigan. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gonna really handle these organizers of these takeovers rough. If you put out a takeover flyer, it's a wrap. See, we ain't hearing that conversation. If it was a Black Panther group, and they was out here protesting and they needed to use police resources, you'll know who the leader was. Any group causing chaos, let it happen a couple times. The media, everybody gonna have a microphone in the face of the person that they believe is organizing. All of a sudden, it's a ghost organizer for the takeover. Stop it. Ain't nowhere in history where somebody was organizing anything like this where we didn't see who was behind it. Even if something happened overseas, they say Al-Qaeda was behind it. Al-Qaeda took responsibility for the situation. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? Who did this? Well, I guess they having meetings in the city about the takeovers, but even they ain't asking who organized it. If you listen as we broadcast live, we got Milwaukee teens. They discussing the takeovers and as Sommers safety in a listening session. Let's listen.
Most of these kids, they just want somewhere to go.
A safe haven, trying to fit in, fights, chaos. Those are just a few ways teens in Milwaukee describe teen takeovers.
The teen takeovers, like I said before, it was fun until it's not.
It was a hot topic at the New Life Community Development Center Monday. Dozens of Milwaukee teens participated in small listening sessions as a part of the Real Talk with 414 Youth. The sessions centered around youth safety, violence, and prevention.
I just want to see this summer better than the last. Less fights, less shootings, less killings.
Recently, police have responded to large gatherings organized by teens promoted on social media. In March, more than a dozen people were arrested at Bayshore Mall. The next day, a teen was arrested after a teen takeover at Moody Park that ended in shots fired.
There is that select few of youth that can't be reached to the point to where it's like, okay, it might be some type of crime, but that's why we're here to stop it.
Malik Edwards says there aren't a lot of places to just be kids and have fun. The mayor says there are resources, but education on how to find them and what they are could help.
Milwaukee is really a resource-rich city. We really are. I mean, the fact that all these young people from so many different youth-serving organizations across the city are here showcases that.
I don't know. These are the teens that show up to everything that's organized. These ain't the teens that's out here doing the extra. Sometimes Milwaukee know how to put on a show, and they'll get organizations that already have teen involvement that's trying to do the right thing, and they'll bring those teens to the discussion to make it look packed. I know they do this, but at the end of the day, why don't we address the real issue? Let's not make it about the teen takeovers, because we don't know who even doing that. Let's talk about the fact that these kids we've been asking for neighborhood development, and we've been asking for things in our community for how many years, and the neglect has grown to the point where now somebody in the background in the shadows can make a flyer. One flyer. Y'all can't even get the kids together. But a mystery person, the shadow flyer maker, can make something and everybody react to it. That's how bad the neglect is in the black community. How about we talk about that? Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
So I was shocked that they let an advocate get on the air. Because I was like, man, do y'all really want to know what's really going on out here in these streets? I wish I could have a whole show that y'all could listen to every phone call that come to mind. I could do a whole show on my voice message. Just people calling, talking about what's happening. Just off the voice message, y'all wouldn't even believe what I got in my voice message. That if I'm gonna start a podcast after show, I'm gonna let y'all hear the raw material, because we can't even play it on the air. That's how real it is out here. That's why I ain't got time for all y'all all that extra stuff that y'all be trying to do. I'm just happy that we're able to have these great, powerful conversations, but I'm going to always remind y'all that we got to still get out here and get to work.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time, I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports.
The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And there's a situation going on with I guess he's a controversial streamer, a live streamer. His name is Chud the Builder. Chud is a live streamer that got famous for using offensive racial language. He's 28 years old. His real name is Dalton Earthley. And he's in the media now because the live streamer Chud the Builder has been charged with attempted murder following a confrontation that involved an exchange of gunfire outside a Tennessee courthouse. This story has been talked about. Chud the Builder has got on his streams and said racial offensive language, built his audience up, and I guess there was an incident where somebody finally caught up to him. I don't know. They said that he attempted to kill somebody. We got some news on this if you're watching this rebroadcast live. Let's listen.
The Builder appeared in court this morning after investigators say he shot a man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. News 2's Maggie Weaver is live in Clarksville after a judge set a temporary $1.25 million bond. Maggie, what else can you tell us?
Yeah, Kendall, of course, after this arraignment, we actually were able to see that Dalton Eatherly was ordered by a judge, held on a temporary $1.25 million bond. And of course, that's as the court prepares to have a separate bond hearing next week, we do know. So we're actually seeing that investigators say that Etherly shot another man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse after an argument turned physical Wednesday afternoon. Now, the arrest affidavit says that the man was hit multiple times and rushed to Vanderbilt University Medical Center for emergency surgery. Etherly is now charged with attempted criminal homicide, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Now, Etherly is known online as Chud the Builder, and the Associated Press previously reported Etherly faced criticism over videos described as racist and anti-Semitic. Now, court records also show that Etherly is involved in another ongoing legal matters, including a pending harassment charge in Montgomery County. Separate civil filings accuse him as well of failing to repay money connected to business agreements and online fundraising efforts. Well, during Friday's hearing, the judge pointed to seriousness of these charges and public safety concerns, as well as Etherly's existing bond status in other cases, while setting that temporary bond amount. Now, that bond hearing is scheduled for May 21st, and then that preliminary hearing will happen on May 26th. Reporting live here in Clark.
All right. Well, they say the controversial streamer who is basically saying a bunch of racist stuff to build his audience, they said he was accused of walking out also on a $371 food bill in Nashville as well.
Damn.
So then he's scamming that he's got people complaining that he was doing fundraisers, they weren't paying people back and things like that. So this is why I say when you get involved with these streamers and people online and they start doing these fundraisers and trying to get, a lot of it is a scam, you know. But a lot of people are actually chiming in with this Chud the Builder saying that he had this coming due to his platform. A lot of people on the flip side saying that, okay, he's in Nashville. And if he goes to trial with an all-white jury, he might walk away with this. Now, they're not giving a lot of detail. They're saying that the incident was with an unknown male, escalated into gunfire. Both sustained gunshot wounds, so they both had guns. A lot of people are saying, okay, they're saying that he's on trial, all of this is going on, but it might end up like Kyle Rittenhouse. You ever heard of Chud the Builder, Andrew?
No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
I've never heard of Chud the Builder. The streaming world is his own thing. But I've never heard of him. But I know that now he's getting publicity and his streams are getting publicity. This was something that was going on. I didn't know nothing about it. But now, I guess due to his reputation, I wonder, was the unknown male a black man? We don't even know. They said it's unknown. But a lot of people are gloating and saying that this is his karma for the energy he put out into the universe.
You know, I'm pretty locked in on these streamers, Tory, like just being on TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. I never heard of this guy before in my life. And I know a lot of the like actual quote unquote famous streamers, like
right.
People who bring in like a ton of people. So I can't imagine he was bringing in that many people, right?
I don't know, but streamers are weird because I'll say this. The streaming world, the Twitch world, the gaming world, a lot of that is off the radar. But it's just like that site that they was talking about where the men was drugging their wives and millions of people was visiting that site. I didn't know nothing about that until I saw the story. I'm just saying. They're saying that this is something that may come out where he may get a jury that probably feel his same racial ideas.
So I went to his Wikipedia page, Tory. Another person who has a wiki page that we do not have. But he got famous for saying the N-word when talking about a black woman and her daughter in 2024 in a road rage incident.
Chud. He got a Wikipedia.
He has a Wikipedia.
Oh, wow. Here we go. And what else? What did he get famous for again?
Saying the N-word in a road rage incident. Got fired from his construction company that he was working for. That's why he went into streaming.
Now, really, City Girl says, you may not know about it because you don't watch racist content.
Good point.
Somebody in the chat says, Kyle Rittenhouse was protecting himself. Chud was starting trouble with someone. I hope he's going to jail. I think I see Eddie in the chat. Chud is misunderstood. This is why Eddie, you need to call in and explain what's going on with your boy Chud. Because you seem like you rooting for him. Eddie got a couple comments in the chat, but they handling Eddie in the chat. Salute to Young Money. Salute to Josh. The chat always keeping Eddie in check. Robert says this is his karma. Someone a week ago literally warned him about keeping his antics up. 833-212-1017 if you want to discuss what's going on with this Chud, the builder, charged with attempted murder, a streamer that used racial commentary to build his platform. I think anytime you got to use a lot of the triggering ideas of race to build your platform, you ain't got no talent. What did you say he was fired from his construction job because of what?
For saying the N-word.
Yeah, so yeah, he talentless. You know, it takes no talent to get up there and just talk offensive and say all kinds of racial words and get everybody high blood pressure because you just yelling and ranting and stuff. It takes no talent to do that. But they also snuck in that he couldn't pay a $371 restaurant bill.
Guess streaming doesn't pay that well.
I guess streaming don't. I guess he didn't have that many subscribers. He got a Wikipedia.
I can tell you how many subscribers he has.
How many?
229,000.
Okay, so he has subscribers. Miracle Minister Kevin says, I just heard of him earlier this morning on Leave Black People Alone, posted by Godfrey the comedian. 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. Young Money says, world is crazy. Not really a city girl says America with 3 Ks. I think that if he's in Tennessee, he might, if he could get an all-white jury, he might walk. They might be somebody, on the jury might feel some empathy for him. Like we didn't seen this script before. We got Corey on the lines. How you doing, Corey?
All good. How about yourself, bro?
Blessings, brother.
So I've been on Instagram lately, and I've been seeing this thing about Chud. He got some traction from OG Big Mac 510. And so Chud goes live, and he went past a bouncer coming out of a club, called him the N-word. And so while he's walking away from him, he's yelling the N-word to him, telling him to shut up, telling him he's dumb. And so now he got some traction from OG Big Mac 510 on Instagram, and he want him to come, and they want to meet up,
squabble it out.
So he's he's ready for him and his followers. So Chud, he's just walking around for years. He goes on live, and he called people the N-words in whatever situation, it might be an individual somewhere. It ain't going to be around where a bunch of us at. But
right.
It'll be, an isolated situation like the bouncer at the club. The bouncer just couldn't get at him because he got all these people around him.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said that, I saw somewhere that they say he used to like black women.
Well, he must have got used and abused.
No, I see a lot of this But like I said, we right here, and he's facing murder charges. Do you think that a Nashville jury will convict him of this?
Hey, because of everything that's going on in Tennessee right now, the gerrymandering, everything, and I think he's calculated with this whole thing. The redistricting, is I don't know.
Diddy Cassie said the man shot a white dude with long hair. I don't know. We don't know. We're going to figure it out. I think that many times when people get it, highly racial incidents go down, and then they have to go to court and things like that. Now, if this was a white male, because they said the male was unknown. He said, I guess Diddy Cassie says he did a shot a white male with long hair. Can you confirm that? Do we know who he shot? But hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. We got to run the break. If you want to chime in, 833-212-1017. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem. But the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Hey. Get him, jump down. 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero. Post-traumatic soul scream. Advocate. Wanna know who had to give. Whose idea was it to blast the trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Ghetto, John Brown, 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero, post-traumatic soul scream. advocate. Wanna know who had the gift? Whose idea was it? The blaster trick. Once they get back in the way, it's over. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Get him, John Brown, 27, standing for the home
101, 7 The Truth.
Hero post, Trump,
Tory Lowe Show. All right, so I had Andrew do a tap in. Tapped in to try to see who was the victim. What did we come up with, Andrew?
Joshua Fox, according to reports, Tory was the victim. He is a black disabled veteran.
So they're saying, according to what station?
CNN.
According to CNN, it's a black veteran.
Yes.
That exchanged fire with him.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll hopefully get more information before Friday and see what's going on with this story. Also, I want to tap into another story where this story is about a Lyft driver that used AI to falsely accuse a man's daughter of damaging his car. Now this is a scheme. This is another fraud scheme to me, where this Lyft driver will say a passenger damaged something on his vehicle. He would go to AI and create the damage, send it to Lyft, and Lyft will charge the credit card however much the damage was. Well, this father saw the charges on his credit card and was like, hey, wait a minute. Asked his daughter what happened in the car with the Lyft driver. And the daughter's like, I didn't do anything. So they investigated, found out that the Lyft driver was using AI to falsely accuse the passenger of damaging his car. We got video on this, Truth Nation. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Be sure to check them credit card bills. Let's listen.
Saturday afternoon, Burt Gore says he had just returned home in Boca Raton after taking his son to the ER when he got this fraud alert from his bank, a $75 damage fee from Lyft. Gore declined the charge.
So then I'm thinking to myself, what could possibly have gone on here? So I reach out to my girls. I have a 14 and 15-year-old that had been to the beach earlier. And so I'm like, hey, did you guys take Lyft today? And they're like, yeah.
But Gore's daughter said they didn't leave a mess in the Lyft, contrary to what a Lyft customer service rep told Gore via chat.
They didn't have food or drinks in the car. These girls were coming back from, the beach. They were in their towels coming back from the beach. And they said, well, we verify everything with the drivers, and the driver sent us pictures. And I said, well, I asked them, I said, to send me the pictures.
These are the pictures Lyft told Gore the driver provided them with, showing evidence of the damage, but he says his daughter pointed out a glaring issue.
She goes, Dad, that's AI. You could see the Gemini logo on the bottom right-hand side of one of the photos. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. So I tell them, I said, hey, matter of fact, I said, these photos are AI generated.
Gemini AI is Google's artificial intelligence assistant and can generate images and videos. Gore says the Lyft rep agreed that the images were created using AI, apologized, and blocked the driver from their app.
Blocking the driver, I don't know how you can have a driver that's doing this to your customers, even driving for you. It just doesn't make any sense.
Gore said he posted his story on a Boca community Facebook page, getting several responses from other people who have had similar experiences. Now he just wants to raise awareness so it doesn't happen to someone else.
Wow. Now, I'll say this. The driver was stupid because he left the watermark on the photo. But let me tell you something. It's some AI generations that you don't even need it don't even leave an AI watermark. So if he hadn't been stupid enough to leave the AI watermark, he would have got away with this. And how many times did he do this to other people? This is just another scam. This is why you got to make sure you check your receipts, check your credit card information. Hey, you might have to put LifeLock on your stuff because the scamming is at an all-time high. Everybody, it seems like it's a scam. Everywhere you turn, there's scams going on. And all he had to do was not put the watermark there, and it'll been a big controversy. Did they do this or not? I know some AI programs that don't leave where you can see if it's AI or not. Young Money said AI can detect AI-created content. Some AI can detect AI-created content. Understand what I'm saying? Like if you add some extra to it, it may not can detect it if you put a couple filters or layers on top of it. It can probably detect the raw AI content, but if you add some adjustments and filters, it may not pick up on that. So just check your receipts. Also, remember we've been talking about all of this chaos going on at the fast food restaurants. There's been a lot of chaos, a lot of fights, a lot of shootings, a lot of people brawling in the restaurants. Well, we got a story out of Indianapolis. 4 women accused of jumping a pregnant Qdoba worker. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what's wrong with these people fighting over food, shooting over food, damaging vehicles over food items. These stories, after like a while, you start wondering, like, is it the people? Is it the food? Is the food that good to just go to throw your life away? 4 women jumped a pregnant Qdoba worker. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video on this. Let's listen.
They stabbed when they were trying to stab me in my stomach. I had to protect myself, so I got like stab wounds all on my hands.
The victim, who asked us not to use her name, showed us the wounds inflicted when 4 women showed up at the Qdoba where she works and jumped her. It happened at the restaurant's location on 96th Street on Sunday night. The victim tells us her fellow employees tried to stop them.
They told the team members they'll smack out of them and beat out of them if they didn't move out the way. So they pushed them, and one girl came up. We was fighting for like at least 20 seconds, and that's when they started jumping me.
Prosecutors say the ringleader was 21-year-old Anaya Gooch. The victim says she and Gooch were both, quote, messing around with the same man, and that's what sparked the fight.
So basically, she was mad at me because I was having his kid, and I guess she couldn't have the kids. This is really where it came to.
Court records say during the attack, Anaya Gooch and her sister Deja took out knives and began trying to stab the victim in the stomach.
Oh, wow.
She did try to stab a victim who was pregnant with a knife in the stomach, however, missed and cut her hand instead. There is information in the probable cause affidavit that the defendant was then live streaming on social media afterwards that the baby is dead.
The Gooches, along with their accused accomplices, Derek Jackson and Aramonia Malone, were charged today with felony battery on a pregnant woman. All of them appeared in court this afternoon. The victim says the women should have handled the situation like adults.
Or it really could have been on some grown woman stuff because it ain't nothing, ain't no pressure about no boy. But shoot, they get what they get. So I'm not in jail.
Wow. This is wild. This is crazy. Over a guy. She got pregnant. They came up to her job, pulled out the knife, tried to, what? It's cameras. What Josh said, this story is wild. This is wild. And I'll say this. They went up there knowing it's cameras. They don't care. Y'all threw your whole life away at Qdobas. Over what? And this is why a lot of people say, if somebody you dealing with is dealing with somebody else, why you messing with the person they dealing with? Why don't you go and confront that person that you was dealing with? That's a big discussion now. Should you be confronting the other person or the person you with? Asking them questions like, what's going on? Or why are you going after the other woman And now you in prison. He finna still go. They finna still be in a relationship together, and he finna raise that baby with her. And you gonna be in prison. And they're gonna ask you, how did you get locked up? You went up to Qdoba's with a pocket knife. That's wild. I think a lot of people are wondering, why would you take out your anger and frustration on the person that's dealing with somebody that you with? You got jealous because of whatever reason. Okay, go to him. Talk to him. Try to get an understanding from that. The other person, you know what I found out? It ain't even no need to go to the other person, because you don't even know him. Or if you did know him, the other person you with had to go over there and deal with them in the first place. Man, that story is wild. I don't even think I did that story any justice because there was so many parts to that story. The friend came, and you know the baddies, they got that ideal out there where it's cool for these girls to fight out in the street and put it on Facebook, put it on social media. They doing it for content at this point. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
An unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
Because I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bet you wish you buckle up now.
Oh my God. Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat.
Uncertainty in markets and rising costs have a lot of Americans focused more on day-to-day expenses and thinking less about saving for retirement. Courtney Gibson is CEO of Retirement Saving at TIAA and talked about how people tend to underestimate how much they'll need once they stop working.
Part of the reason that people are running out of money is many Americans actually think that Social Security alone is going to help them with their replacement income. And only about 40% of pre-retirement income is going to come from Social Security. So what does that mean? That means you got about 60% left, or let's say you only want to get to 80% of what you kind of had when you were working. You've got a gap, and a real gap.
Her company offers special target date funds that account for ebbs and flows in the markets while helping you save for your future.
Your portfolio will go down potentially, but you have a floor.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers haven't lost to the Cubs since October 9th of 2025 during Game 4 of the NLDS. Yesterday's game ended with the Brewers win 9-3 with a wild game from Yelich.
The 0-1, and Yelich a fly ball down the left field line. And it is going to be a fair ball. It lands and then kicks into foul territory. One run is in. Stopping at third is Contreras. And Yelich with a bloop double to add to the lead. It is 9-3 Milwaukee.
Lane Grindle on the second game against the Cubs begins at 6:40 tonight. The New York Times is out with its anonymous players poll, and one of the questions is, where will Giannis play next year? The Milwaukee Bucks sit at 46%, the Miami Heat sit at 23%, New York Knicks sit at 16%, and Los Angeles Lakers sit at 3%. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Advocate, Tory Lowe, he a soldier for the soul. Power to the people, seeing all the forces moving slow. Open doors for the low, still the voice of the voiceless. When you feeling like you running out of choice, boy, Tory got the remedy. Activists going to war for black people, his family. Always got his foot on the pedal, running with no energy. Keeping people at a higher level with his empathy. Call him when you need him. He been an angel, but he had to work for his freedom. And his wings spread for his kingdom. And you know he gotta go to war when he sees demons. He been in them cold nights when he had to learn to hold tight. When the pain from the bottom was too much to bear, he was there to get you through the storm. And the advocate, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe, Tory Lowe.
And Tequila Festival is Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, Petey Pablo, Jaquan, and Milwaukee's very own Big Frank. It's Milwaukee's biggest throwback party of the summer, all for $29. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets now at tacosandtequilafestival.com. Hey, that sounds like a good time. A Chihuahua beauty contest. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Hey, well, as everybody know, Friday will be my last show right here on 101.7 The Truth. And but Dukes on Water. It's a popular club. Dukes on Water closes after 22 years amid rising rent and crime concerns. A lot of y'all, I know a lot of people that go to Dukes on Water. Well, we got video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Well, there have been some well-publicized incidents of crime outside on the street, outside of Duke's here on Water Street, including a homicide in March, leading to a common council debate focusing on increased policing along Water Street. The owners tell me here that a number of factors are at play, but security is one of the big ones. In 22 years, a lot of customers, a lot of memories made at Duke's on Water.
I've been coming here in my early 20s back in 2006. So like now it's like so surreal coming here as a customer, leaving as a bartender.
It's a time for nostalgia for Marcus Murph tending bar here on what is Duke's final night. The building recently sold, and Duke's operator said the new rent is too high, given, among other things, several violent incidents outside on Water Street in recent months. The chaos has led to proposals ranging from walling off the area to a food truck ban.
I feel like the food trucks have nothing to do with anything that's going on down here. They actually kind of benefit us towards the end of the night. So I just wish, like, we had a little bit more of the police presence down here, like maybe on foot.
I talked to the operator here who said he didn't want to go on camera, but the crime on Water Street isn't the only issue here. Changing habits as far as drinking alcohol as well as changing demographics also contributed to the decision to close. For customers, the reasons are secondary to the sense of loss for a familiar spot closing for good.
This, I call it home base because I would come here at the end of my nights and get one last drink at the end of the bars, and I feel like that's what a lot of people came here to do. Yeah. You would always get packed right before close, and everybody would come here and get one last drink. It's going to be missed for sure.
All right, now, notice that the bartender said that the food trucks wasn't the problem. Notice he said that. Don't let that fly over your head. And all the controversy around the food trucks, X, Y, and Z. This is a bartender that works downtown in the middle of it all. He said the food trucks ain't got nothing to do with the problem that's going on down here. Okay, let's not let that. It was a small sentence, a couple sentences, but it was powerful. But like I said, downtown, the issues downtown many times when we talk about what happened, I always go to when the Bucks was winning in the Deer District, and a lot of those people that was out at Midtown gathering in the empty lot at Midtown. There was one night when the shooting went down over there, and they blocked all of those people out of Midtown, and they went downtown, and they've been downtown ever since. and until they admit that's what happened. How did all this happen all of a sudden? No. And I know exactly what happened. And it was around the time where the Bucks first won the championship, and everybody was going down there, but the young people really wasn't going downtown like that. They was up at Midtown gathering in the lot, and all of that was closed down, so it just became where they was hanging out. And once They kicked them out of Midtown and put the boulders up. They found out how fun it was downtown at the Deer District. And now they go down there. And that's what happened. Okay. Now you got to clean out all the riffraff And who was the order person when that happened? The mayor, Cavalier Johnson. That's who was the order person. It was his district at one point. If I'm not mistaken, let me know. Who was the order person when that shooting went down at Midtown? All I'm saying is that opened up the door for that crowd to start hanging out down there at the MSOE parking lot. And from there, it was a wrap. Now they got videos. They making content down there. They doing all kinds of stuff down there. Hey, it's a hot spot now. And I don't know how you get rid of it at this point. So they saying that safety is a growing concern on Milwaukee's Water Street after and when it comes to violence. We got some audio on that one as well. Let's listen.
At
Summer-like temperatures rolled through southeastern Wisconsin Saturday.
I live on this block right down here.
Top of mind for residents along Milwaukee's popular Water Street Entertainment District.
Sometimes I feel like we do need a little bit more police presence.
Is safety and security.
It gets pretty bad.
The concerns from residents come on the heels of a string of violent incidents along the bar-filled street, including a deadly shooting in March. Saturday, Dukes on Water, an institution for decades, sits empty after abruptly closing Friday.
All the altercations probably happened between 3 and 4 o'clock.
David Pazewski worked security at Dukes on Water. He says there were several reasons for the shutdown, but admits violence, sometimes feet away, made staying open more difficult. Is it fair to say that some of the altercations had something to do with it?
The altercations in general caused a hit to Water Street as a whole.
For weeks, city officials have debated how to address the problem.
I move to send this back to committee.
One proposal would have required food trucks to stop serving food at 10 p.m., 3 hours earlier than normal. But a lawsuit filed by a food truck owner stalled the measure.
With the taco trucks gone, I've already seen crowds gather with just like out here on this corner.
Pazewski says he wants a more visible police presence, particularly officers on foot rather than just in vehicles.
When we had an altercation happen in front of Duke's, our bar, there was a cop car that just pulled up onto the curb, flashed his lights and siren, and hoped that they would disperse. They didn't.
All right, well, I'll say this. The violence downtown that's going on is not a good look, especially in the media when they used to try to target 618. But they didn't shut that down, and now, they can't say it's because of 618. Now Dukes is up next. Who's next? Who's next? I remember a long time they was talking about the Ladybug Club. If they get rid of the Ladybug Club, the traffic, the violence will slow down. Or now, the Ladybug Club been shut down for a second, or they didn't already suspended them or did something with the license. And now Duke's up next. So, look, it's not going to stop. It's not these bars, It's just when you redirect traffic downtown and now, it's permanently there. Ever since that Midtown shooting, it's been a lot of reports and death going on downtown. Since the Bucks won that championship, from there to now, it ain't stopped. And it's getting worse because more people starting to migrate down there. I mean, now it's the spot. Now that's where all the action is now. If it was up to me, when they did that stuff at Midtown, I wouldn't have blocked them out. I would have went up there with the resources and said, hey, look, this is what y'all can be doing. If y'all young people want to do something, this is what y'all should be doing. This is how we can help you. Because this is where they was gathering at. Now they, years went by, they grown now, so I don't know. And then just the regular beer fights that's going on, just the bar brawls. Let me tell you something. If I can't get the girl, I'm going to start a fight. That's when you get drunk. If you can't get nobody to, if you can't get a girl that night or you ain't got no girl that night, the other option is to start a fight. I heard people say this. Now, have you heard this, Andrew?
You're speaking facts.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. If you got alcohol in your system and you ain't finna go home and with somebody that you met or that you came with, you're gonna be trying to fight somebody, and that's some of the bar fighting mentality. I'm trying to tell you. So that was going on. That was always going on. But at least they was fighting and they was getting up and going back to work on Monday. Some folks don't even know how to do that. Some folks pulling out the pistol. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we're going to have the wrap-up. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Nicole Acosta, Director of Impact Engagement at Peak, and Tyreka Barnes, a parent of students at Peak. They will discuss how your child can do summer different through their free summer programming in Milwaukee and camp in Boscobel, Wisconsin. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the Kellogg Peak Initiative at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate Lowe. They all mad 'cause I got the Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe. She got a bankroll.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got the recap. What happened on the show today, Andrew?
We had another jam-packed episode, Tory. I do want to mention before we wrap up that if you want a piece of the Tory Lowe mixtape reminder, email us put it in the YouTube chat. You can text it to us. You can put it in our Instagram DMs. Wherever, just a reminder to people because we're drop that tomorrow. It's going on YouTube tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Oh, wow.
We're putting the entire thing up, the entire 30-minute mixtape up as just one
on YouTube,
big YouTube video. Yeah. And but if you want your own copy, email us because we want to get that over
That's
to people. Yep. All right, so we started off the show talking about how many people are asking about us. Honestly, we're asking about you, I should say, about the show going away and where is it going to be. So we were able to get that out. Then we touched on me losing 50 pounds, no big deal. And you were trying to give me some wedding bells early in my
I'm trying to
summer.
tell you, you keep, shaping it up. You're going to find somebody that want to buy in.
I'm just saying, the stock price is an all-time high, Tory. It's going to take a lot.
I'm trying to tell you, I think that, the first one that come along, you're going to sink in. I believe that you're going to be like, hey, look, I done came to Milwaukee. I done got with Good Karma Brands, got on the truth, lost 50 pounds. Now I'm married. Now I'm finna get married. Changed your whole life.
Now, I'll tell you, the big thing, though, Tory, will be you consistently reminding me to keep the fork down. Because
Hey.
we're both still going to be around, GKB. So you got to, when you see me in the hallway, you got to say, like, hey, put the fork down.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. Continue to do the great. You did an amazing job producing this show. So I'm sure whatever you try to do, you're going to be wonderful at it. And like I said, it was a transformation, a powerful transformation.
Well, we talked about a guy that was one French fry. I have this written down because I thought it was so funny. One French fry short of a Happy Meal, breaking into cars next to the courthouse, Tory. It's a good turn of phrase.
And I'm trying to tell you, this is something that I have to eyeball because it's right next to the police station, the courthouse, MATC, all those cameras, everything. What do you thought you was going to get away with? Then he beat up the security guard. And we want to wish a speedy recovery to the security guard for trying to fight him off. But at the end of the day, this is a lot of issues that's going on downtown that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of homelessness. A lot of people are out there trying to survive. I heard somebody in the chat, or somebody mentioned in the chat, that they moving back under the 10 City, moving back under the 6th Street Bridge. I'm about to go over there and see.
Yeah, that's something to keep our eyes on for sure. We also went to Atlanta, talked about the driverless cars, the Waymos that got stuck in the cul-de-sac, Tory, and we said that we are not driving in driverless cars. We do not want to be a passenger in those cars.
Well, like I said, they need way more time to get it right. I'm not going into driverless vehicles. I mean, maybe if I was in the country and I was going 30 miles to 20 miles an hour and there wasn't a lot of traffic, I would try it. But if I'm in a high traffic area, a city area, I'm not doing it. If I was in a less trafficked area, I would do it.
I think there's too many things that can go wrong, and that's why you probably don't want to get into one of those things.
Right.
We also talked about the fact that, it just consistently it feels like on this show, Tory, we talk about teachers who are texting these students. Seems like this is one thing that no matter where you are, whether it's Milwaukee or Chicago or the South or the North, the West, the East, does not matter. I think only places maybe on the moon that teachers aren't texting these babies.
Well, when the teachers in the school, they have access to all these young students. And it's good. It's a good environment for predators. This is why parents have to make sure that if their child is talking to an adult, no matter if it's a teacher, a gym teacher, a coach, if they spending time with the adult outside of the school system or extracurricular ideas like texting on the phone, I would raise an eyebrow off the top and I would go and confront the adult to see what kind of relationship are you trying to build with my child, and to let them know, to kind of break up some of the frequency of them kind of grooming the child.
Yeah, you got to have an eye on your kids, Tory.
Of course. All right, I guess that's it for the show today. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the show. Salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat. How many days we got left? Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days left. I appreciate everybody out there in Radio Land for listening in. I appreciate everybody that called into the show to add to the topics. Hey, look, we got 3 more days to Friday, and I can't wait to the after show. At Friday, we are having an after show party. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Act it up.